Hello, everyone. This is the Abundance Oracle. Sorry, I've been busy the past couple of days working on planting peas, planting cucumbers, planting marigolds, and trying to clean out the beds. Okay, so you know me, I'm always thinking about money and everything. So this is what I wanted to discuss with you very quickly. These are my reminders to remind myself for peace of mind, because in tumultuous times, people a lot of times get a little crazy, and you know, the people I'm talking to now, it's all the same way too. So, okay, here we go. Number one, have cash in small bills, not just in the bank. And the reason I say that is because during this war that they're having, really a lot of it is across the whole world, lots of participation, conversation, and pushing things one way or the other. But there are a lot of blackouts, people getting bombed, not having electricity. So why do I say have actual small bills in your hand and you're hiding them wherever it is that you hide your money, and not just in the bank? Because when the electricity goes out, if it goes out, if somebody ever does hanky-panky with our electrical grid, and the most vulnerable electrical grid, just so you know, is in the Northeast, but they're all way past the time where they should be replaced. So if the electricity goes out, there will be no openings of the banks. There will be no ATM machines. Your credit cards won't work at any place you go, whether that be the gas station or the grocery store or whatever. Your credit cards won't be able to work, so you're going to have cash, otherwise you're not going to get it. And in the gas stations, if they don't have a generator, which most of them do not have generators, they will not be able to pump the gas out of the ground into your cars. So, hence number two. Number two says, fill up your car with gas in all vehicles and have some storage containers. Get, for those of you ladies, I would get 5-gallon plastic drum. Get, you know, I don't know how much is one full tank of gas, 15 or 20 gallons. So you want to have 3 or 4. And that way, if you have to get out and go someplace and you have no more gas left, if you waited to the end thinking, oh, tomorrow I'm going to get it, and it's too late by tomorrow, you can get to where you need to go. Okay, number 3, food storage, not just for humans, but for pets as well. Right now, there is a shortage of aluminum, except for in this stuff falling from the sky. So they're cutting back on aluminum cans of vegetables and fruit. To me, that sounds like an organized attempt to control some things and not have as much backup as there should be available for people, if you know what I'm saying. So get it now. Also, when the best by date is done, that means it's you're now past your peak vitamin performance. You could probably go 3, 4, 5 years past that without any problem. In fact, really, if it came down to a real problem, you could, as long as the can's not bulging, and when you open it up and sniff it, it smells regular, you could eat that stuff probably 10, 15 years later, past the due date. I even now am using those boxes of milk that expired, their best buy date, best sell by date, or best use by date, whatever it is, was a year ago. People say it's milk, it's milk. Yes, but when you run out of your coffee cream, that's my backup. You know, you can also buy dried milk in the like baking mine is in the baking section or the aisle. So you might want to keep 1 or 2 of those around. Okay. Don't forget your pets. Make sure you have enough pet food too. Like I bought extra for my chickens of sunflower seeds and things, and I planted comfrey plants because they'll eat comfrey plants, and they'll lamb's ear, and so I planted some of the things that people call weeds that are extremely nutritious. So I have my backup that way. Oregano is good for their health. So if you grow oregano and you have an extra at the end of the summer, dry it out, because you can pull off the leaves and throw it in your chicken's food and things like that. Okay, make sure you have a water supply and water purification systems, because if we don't have electricity for a while, you're not going to get water coming out of your faucets unless you have your own system set up. A gallon per day, everyone says, per person. That is too low, because remember, you're going to have to clean your body and clean dishes, or get paper plates. There's a shortage now happening of paper plates, drinking cups, etc. Shoot for 5 gallons per person per day for a month if you can do that. Okay, backup supply of medicine. Jace Medical, it'll cost you more, but you can get your prescriptions moved over and you can have a backup supply. Okay, get paper maps, because your GPS won't be working. So if you need to, you might have to pull out a paper map, Rand maps. You can get one, a big thick one for each state. Like you can get for $25, I think I spent. And then you can get individual local maps, which have all the little teeny roads on it. Okay, number 7, 2 more, sorry, I know. Protection, and you make sure you follow and get all your licenses, etc., etc. Keep them renewed, and follow the law. Okay, number 8 is security for your home, your apartment, or your condo, and your car. You see people having peaceful protests, and the car sometimes have protection for your car. Security film you can put on your windows, in your house, in your car, etc. Radiators. If you have radiators, you can get a nice heavy duty piece of metal and slide it behind the radiator, between the radiator and the wall, and that gives you some place if you have to crouch down and be protected. You know, I'm not saying everything, and you know what I'm talking about. Okay, some people can get outside metal work, nice little decorations on the outside of their house. Trailers, taller raised beds filled with dirt, stacked log piles, no problem if you don't have any power. You can start to collect these things, and you know the standard is flashlights, all that stuff. So anyway, and a way to cook with your barbecue grill, etc., etc. This is such a long conversation already. I know I've lost the majority of you all this way, but this is what gives me peace of mind. I'd rather be organized and not need it than not organized and need it. Love you all. This is the Abundance Oracle.